Attention Pokemon players! In today's TCG matchup, we have Heather versus Devin! And from the title and the description, you'd know that this is going to be a Mega Metagross versus Primal Groudon deck. So as we wait for both players to get set up, we will soon find out who will be getting the first turn. And it looks like Heather's already getting set up while Devin's having to mulligan, which, in a competition match, would give Heather an additional card. But because this is just a friendly TCG matchup, those rules may not apply. So, as Devin draws his new hand of 7, let's see if we can get this match on the way. And Devin mulligans once again, folks, which happens when you run a small basic count. Decks like Primal Groudon, Seismitoad EX, and a few others do mulligan a couple times before getting set up. Something to keep in mind when picking out what deck you want to play with. As Devin attempts his third hand, will he get the Pokemon that he needs? And he does! So let's see here, folks. As soon as Devin gets his prizes set up, we will be ready to go. And both players are going to start, and it looks like Heather is starting with a Dialga EX, while Devin is starting with a Groudon EX. So let's see what happens as Heather takes her first turn, and she'll be attaching a Metal Energy to her Dialga EX. And from there, what will she do? It looks like she has a hand, and a lot of things can be done with said hand. And all she does is pass? Wow, that was an unexpected journey, folks. So as Devin draws his card to take his turn, what kind of things will Devin do now? And he will Karina, allowing him to search for both a fighting Pokemon and an item card from his deck and get it added to his hand. As Devin searches from the cards in the deck, it could be anything. It could be a Landorus. It could be a Primal Groudon. And it looks like he is getting the Landorus and the Switch, folks. Now, if Devin has an energy and a battle compressor in hand, he will be all set up to start powering up his Groudon EX. So as Devin benches the Landorus, he'll switch them out, and let's see if he'll do anything else this turn. And Devin attaches a strong energy to his Groudon EX. And it looks like he'll just pass then, giving Heather another turn. So as Heather looks in her hand and attaches a Float Stone to her benched Pokemon, what else will she do? Going through her hand, contemplating the decision she has. Which one will be the most correct decision? And it looks like playing the stall game will be that decision, passing her turn over to Devin and allowing him to start thinking about what he'll be doing on his turn. Putting a Focus Sash on Landorus, meaning he can't be fully knocked out. If he were to be, he would have 10 HP remaining. And then he Shaunas his hand away to get a brand new hand of 5, giving him even more possibilities of what he could do than just attaching a Focus Sash this turn. As Devin gets his new hand and takes a look at what he has, looks like he'll attach an energy from his hand to his Groudon EX on the bench, allowing that Groudon to get 2 of the 4 energy he'll need once he's Primal Evolved, which means he's halfway there to Gaia Volcanoing the field all over. So, Heather really needs to stop that Groudon from getting fully powered up before Devin starts taking control of the match. It looks like Heather will be Ultra Balling 2 cards from her hand in order to get a Pokemon from her deck to her hand. And she'll be discarding a Switch and a Lysander. Now, she can search her deck for any Pokemon she wants and add it to her hand. Hopefully that Pokemon will help her out right now, because with that Groudon getting powered up, things are not looking good for her. With only 1 energy in play and only 1 EX active, there's a lot to be said about this match. And it looks like she'll be getting a Metagross EX. Not something we usually see in these Steel-type deck, folks, but something different to say the least. So will this Metagross be the clutch that she needs to take this game? We'll just have to keep watching to find out. As Devin starts up his next turn, what will he do? And it looks like he will Karina once again, allowing him to search for another fighting Pokemon and item card. So what do you think he'll get from his deck? It looks like he'll get the Primal Groudon, and it seems like Devin might have forgotten his item card. And it looks like he'll be going back in to get his item card, which will be a Battle Compressor. As he shuffles his deck, it makes us wonder, will he use the Battle Compressor or just add it to his hand? And he is indeed using it, discarding 2 energies and a Lysander's Trump card, which is good because he needs those energies in the discard pile to fully utilize Landorus's attack, while having Lysander's Trump card in there ensures he does not dead draw into it and allows him to VS Seeker for it at any point he needs it. So what will Devin do with the rest of his turn? He will Mega Evolve into his Primal Groudon, thus ending his turn, for he did not have the Spirit Link equipped to his benched Groudon. As Heather takes her turn, it looks like she will be attaching an energy to her benched Metagross EX. As she looks through her discard pile to see what she could do, she will spend a little bit of time planning on what she will do to stop that Primal Groudon in its tracks. And it looks like she will Evil Soda, allowing her to get an evolution of one of her Pokemon and evolve it. And it'll be the Mega Metagross! And as Devin uses a Mega Turbo on his turn, allowing an additional attachment of an energy from his discard to his Primal Groudon. And then he VS Seekers for a Shauna, and then Shauna's his hand away to get a brand new hand. Now, for Heather, Mega Metagross isn't something you usually see in these Steel-type decks, but could it be the clutch card she needs to be able to take out these Primal Groudons? As Devin gets his new hand going, taking a look at what he's got, let's see what he'll do. And he'll play a Silent Lab Stadium, along with another Mega Turbo Energy. Now Groudon will be fully powered when he comes out to attack. And he'll pass from there, folks. As Heather draws her card, what is she going to do? As she deliberates about what to do with that big Primal Groudon staring her down, she's gonna Professor Sycamore her hand away, allowing her to get a brand new card. A brand new hand, sorry folks, of 7. Hopefully those 7 cards are exactly what she needs to take down this Primal Groudon deck. And it looks like she'll play her own Stadium down. Playing a Steel Shelter will help with status conditions, but Primal Groudon doesn't normally deal with status conditions. As she benches an Aegislash EX, that might just be the card that Heather needs to win this match. With that Primal Groudon having a special energy attached to it, it will not be able to do damage to that Aegislash, assuming she can get it up to the active zone without having to sacrifice that poor Dialga EX. And it looks like she will be attaching another energy to her active Dialga EX. Doing a Chrono Wind, dealing damage to Devin's active Landorus. And Devin has the switch, bringing out his Primal Groudon. And it looks like he will be doing the Gaia Volcano for the knockout, giving Devin the first 2 prize cards of this match. While things are still early on in anyone's match, it is hard to face down a fully powered Primal Groudon. And she brings out the Aegislash with a Float Stone. So it looks like she will at least have a turn or 2 stall to get things set up to face off against this Primal Groudon. As Heather shaunas her hand away, allowing her to get another new hand of 5. With those 5 cards, hopefully she gets the things that she needs to take on this Primal Groudon. Because the things that she's missing are usually staples in a Steel deck. We have yet to see the Bronzor Bronzong come out, and we've yet to see the Battle Compressor of Energies away to the discard. Is this just a different steel-type deck, or is she just getting some bad draws today, folks? Well, with her new hand, it looks like she gets her first line of Bronzor. So now that things have got rolling for Heather, is it just in time, or is it too little too late? Only time will tell as this match continues to go on. If she can knock out just the one Primal Groudon, Devin has nothing else set up on his side of the field. So it could easily turn the tides of this battle. And as she plays a Battle Compressor, Heather will be able to discard up to 3 cards from her deck to her discard pile. As she goes through her deck and cycles through the cards that she has, it looks like she'll be discarding what looks to be a couple energies and a Colress, but we can't say for sure, folks. And as Devin takes his turn playing a Scorched Earth into the Stadium Zone, what else will he do? Putting a Focus Sash onto his Groudon, and VS Seekering for a supporter card from his discard to his hand. As he goes through his discard, we can only guess what it could be. It could be a Karina, it could be a Shauna, or it could be that trump card. Who knows? And it looks like he is going for the Shauna. And Devin will be playing the Shauna, allowing him to get another 5 new cards. Shauna's seen rise in popularity as people have been shying away from N, because after Worlds, N will be rotating out of the format. So Shauna has always been a good backup when you didn't have N available. And as Devin gets his 5 new cards, will he get something to set up on his bench? And he will get a Hawlucha and bench it onto his bench. Now, what else will Devin do today? Because with that Aegislash EX in the active on Heather's side of the field, he can't attack, because he has a special energy attached to his Primal Groudon. And as Heather takes her turn attaching yet another Steel Energy to her Mega Metagross. And it looks like she also got the Bronzor that she needed to be able to Metal Lynx. And as Devin draws his card for his turn, what else will be going on with another Karina? Getting another fighting Pokemon and item from his deck to his hand. And what will Devin be getting out of his deck? Well, it looks like he'll be getting a Groudon EX and a Scramble Switch Ace spec card. What Scramble Switch allows you to do is switch your active with your bench and move as many energies as you wish from that Pokemon onto the new active. So what else will Devin do this turn? He'll be putting a Spirit Link on his Groudon EX and playing that Scramble Switch. Getting his Primal Groudon out of the active zone to bring up his Landorus into the active. And by transferring that 1 energy over, it gives Landorus the energy he needs to do his Shout of Power. And as Devin goes through his discard pile to see how many energies he has in there, he most likely will be doing the Shout of Power. But it's always safe to check to make sure you have the energy in there before misplaying. So as Devin looks around, checks out what supporters he has in there, what cards he has left in his deck, and how many energy in his discard, he'll probably be preparing to do the Shout of Power, which he will be. He'll be doing Shout of Power for 20 onto Aegislash EX, and attaching that energy from his discard to his new Groudon EX on the bench. Now, as Heather gets ready to take her turn, there's not a lot of hope left in this game. Sorry to say, folks. And as Heather Metal Lynx to add another Steel Energy to her Mega Metagross, which now might be fully powered, which might be exactly what she needs to take down that Primal Groudon. Have the tides turned? Is the game in Heather's favor? We'll just have to keep watching to find out, as she VS Seekers for Colress, playing Colress, allowing her to shuffle her hand into her deck and drawing for as many benched Pokemon as there are on both sides of the field. which allows her to get 7 new cards off of that call risk. The good thing about call risk compared to Professor Sycamore is that there's no discarding of your hand. You just shuffle it back into your deck and draw. But the downside is it's determined by how many cards are on the bench on both sides of the field. So as Heather gets her new hand, hopefully she has what she needs to take down this Primal Groudon. As she attaches from hand onto her Mega Metagross, adding yet more firepower into Metagross's attack. But with that Aegislash still in the active, she's still safe from any attack from Primal Groudon. And it'll look like she benches another Metagross EX. And as she retreats out the Aegislash EX via the Float Stone to bring up her Mega Metagross. And it looks like she'll be attacking, knocking out poor little Lando. And as Heather gets her prize card and Devin promotes Hawlucha, the tides of the battle are slowly shifting. With Devin having 4 prize cards left and Heather having 5, she's starting to close the gap. And it looks like Devin will be Ultra Balling to get his Primal Groudon. With a second Primal Groudon coming into play, it can be hard to deal with sometimes, as he sycamores his hand away to get 7 new cards, pretty much giving Devin everything that he could need to get set up. Because once a Groudon deck is set, everything else is just bonus, folks. So with Devin going through his hand and trying to figure out what he wants to do, remembering that he has the Hawlucha up in the active with a free retreat cost. And it looks like he'll be attaching to his Primal Groudon with the Focus Sash and bringing it up to the active, knocking out Mega Metagross, giving Devin 2 more prize cards. And with 2 prize cards left, Heather promotes her Aegislash EX, knowing that Devin still only has a special energy on that Primal Groudon, allowing her to survive a little longer. And we've seen it before, but will we see it again? Will we see this game do a 180 and turn into Heather's favor? As she plays Fan Club, searching her deck for 2 basic Pokemon to add to her hand. At this point, can basics help? Does she have another Aegislash EX? These are the questions that make us wonder. These are the questions that we stay up at night. What does my opponent have? Well, we'll soon find out. And as Heather searches for her basics, we have to know, what does Devin have planned? Is he just going to power his way with Gaia Volcano? Or does he have a backup plan in case Heather just keeps the Aegislash up there and stalls the game out, having one of them deck out? And it looks like she'll be grabbing Hibalian EX to her hand. And with that, what else will she do this turn? And it looks like, folks, that she will be playing an Ultra Ball, discarding a Heatran and a Professor Sycamore. Always a tough choice having to discard those supporters. But what will she be getting with this Ultra Ball? As she searches through her deck that she just left, what could she be planning to get? What could she hope for? What can turn the tides of this battle? With no energy in play and only 1 Bronzong in play, it looks like she'll get the Mega Metagross EX, Mega Evolving her Metagross. And Devin pulls out the Lysander, bringing out the Mega Metagross, dropping the Scorched Earth, and Gaia Volcanoing for game, folks. What an exciting match we had as Heather and Devin face off. Stay tuned next time for another exciting match, and remember, when you want to play a game, make sure that you're in the zone.